Hello and welcome to another episode of the HT Physio Quick Tips series. My name is Will Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties Specialist Physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And for today's video, I'm going to be showing you one fantastic exercise for relieving a stiff neck. Now, most of us have probably suffered from a stiff neck at least once or twice in our lives. Let's be honest, who hasn't had a stiff neck? And more often than not, you wake up with a bit of stiffness in your neck and as the day wears on, it goes away. Well, sometimes you can have a stiff neck that doesn't seem to go away quite so quickly. And it can be really frustrating because we don't often realize how much we move our heads and our necks throughout the day. If you've got a stiff neck, it can get in the way of just about anything. Well, the good news is there is something you can do to relieve a stiff neck. Now, first of all, before I show you the exercise, I'm going to explain how it works, and then we're going to have a go at doing it together. So in order to understand what causes a stiff neck, we need to have a look, first of all, at the human spine. So this is a life-size spine, and at the top, you can see you've got 7 of these things called vertebrae, which are the bones in your neck. This is the skull up here, and that's been cut off just for ease of use. And you can see that between the vertebra, you've got this kind of jelly-like substance, and these are your discs, and they help to lubricate the movement of your spine. Now, when you move your neck, what happens is all of these joints between the vertebra, they all move one by one and they move in tandem. So they help you bend forward, they help you lean back, they help you go to the sides like this. And then at the top, this joint here helps you to rotate. So can you see that? You turn the top of the spine. So this one does about 80% of the work. So that swivels, and then all of the others going down start to follow it as well. And that's how we can turn our heads. Now, one of the biggest problems for someone with a stiff neck is the fact that they probably are struggling to turn their head. And that can be the thing that really frustrates people the most. Now, there's a couple of causes for this problem. One of the causes can be tightness in the muscles behind the neck. And usually the best way to relieve that is to put some heat on it, maybe get some hands-on therapy and just trying to keep it moving. But if it feels like it's locked up and it's stuck and it just won't move, chances are there's a problem with one of the facet joints in the neck. Now, the facet joints are the areas between the vertebra. So you can see how many there are. There's one there, there, all the way down the spine. And if you can't turn your head, the problem joint, more often than not, is this one at the top, okay, right near the skull. Now, if we put our finger behind our neck and sort of poke just behind the ear, so you find the bone on your skull, you come a little bit down from it, and you find that fleshy part. Now we're pressing on that joint. And often it can be a little bit sore, a little bit tender, and it can feel a bit stiff when we press in there. Now, if you've got those signs and symptoms, it's possible that you do have a stiffness or a problem with the facet joint. So the exercise that we are going to talk about today helps us move that top joint. Now, if this is stiff, no matter what I do, I can't turn the spine. It's just stuck. But if we want to turn our head to the right and I press on that facet joint at the top, I can help the neck turn because I'm basically replicating what the body does to turn the head. And there's a way that you and I can do that on our own at home. So that's what I'm going to be showing you how to do with this exercise. All you need to make this exercise work is a towel. So any old towel that you've got lying around at home. Let's have a look at how the exercise works. So once you've got your towel, I've got mine here. I've got a nice long towel, it's like a bath sheet. I've folded it over vertically just once so that I've got a nice long thin strip, okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start rolling it up lengthways, okay? So I'm rolling it like this. And what I'm trying to form here is like a band, okay? A band of towel. And when you're finished, it should look like that. So it's like a big circle circle cylinder of towel, okay? Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that towel up behind my head so that it's touching the area where my neck meets my head. So if you look at where I am here, you can see that the towel is just underneath my head on the neck, okay? And this is our starting position. Now the first thing you want to do when you're in this position is you want to slightly pull the towel forward. So you're pulling the towel into your head, and your head and your neck are kind of pushing back into the towel. Now, if I'm finding that I can't move my head to the right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit up nice and straight, and as I try to turn my head to the right, I'm going to pull forward with my left hand and let my right hand come back towards me and see how far I can go. So I'll show you that from the other angle. So if we're turning right, I'm going to turn my head to the right, my shoulders stay still. You can drop the left hand down slightly and move the left hand forward, okay? So you drop the right hand down and move the left forward. So the right one comes towards you, the left one goes out, and you turn to the right. So you've almost got like a pulley system here with the towel, okay? So the towel is helping me to move. And what the towel is doing is the towel is replicating what my finger was doing when I was pressing on that joint near the top of the spine. Now, obviously, if we have a stiff neck turning to the left, we would do the same thing, but you're pulling with your right hand as you turn left, and your left hand is coming towards you. Now it's important when you do this that you keep that tension on all the way through. So even when you get to here, don't just stop, keep the tension on, but slowly bring it back to the center. And the way you would do this, or the number of times you would do this, I usually recommend to my clients that they do 10 going to the left like this. So you go left, center, left, center, like that 10 times, and then you do 10 going to the right. So you go right, center, right, keeping that tension on all the way through, center, right, center. And once you've done 10 each way, stop, take the towel off, and then turn your head on your own and see if that feels different. For most people, that will actually feel like it's freed something up. So they'll be able to move their head a bit quicker than, or a bit further than they could the first time. And that means the exercise has worked. So if it's worked and it doesn't cause you any pain, it should be pain-free all the way through, then it's probably helping, which is a good sign. And I would recommend to people that they try and do at least 10 in each direction every few hours until that stiff neck starts to resolve. Anyway, I hope that's made sense. It's a great exercise for loosening a stiff neck. If you have any questions, obviously you can send them into the email address below this video. And if you're in the Farnham or Surrey area and you'd like someone who's experienced with working with over 50s with neck pain to have a look, do get in contact or take our free guide. You can find that below this video. The other thing you can do, if you haven't already, is to pick up a copy of my book, Thriving Beyond 50. It has 78 strategies, similar to this one, for relieving pain and stiffness all over the body, not just the neck. And it's perfect for over 50s who want to remain active, healthy, and mobile. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next one.